1st and 10. Here's Murray. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And great special teams work here. Let's just knock it on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. First down, Bridgewater. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And all the way to the opposite 45. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 49 yards. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Here's Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Back to it after the pick six. Bridgewater. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
He's got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Corey Legion. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On third down, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down again. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
To throw is Murray. Powell on the catch. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing now is Murray. Dumps off to Powell. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On second down, Williams. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Got a man, Slayton. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Open is Powell, that's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Christian Kirk, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And they're going deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown number 15 of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? He said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Watch the twist.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And an alley to run. Murray fighting, lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Legion able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Bridgewater from the gun on third down. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And a loose football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
They begin the drive with Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Line of scrimmage back at their own 3 now as they come up second and long. Murray, a quick throw out to Kirk. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. Third and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. Bridgewater on first down. He's going to fire one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Vernon Davis with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park. And I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him. And they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
To throw again on second down. Murray, it's complete to Chris Conley. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Murray now, 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it first and 10. Here's Murray. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Push him back.
Murray now on first down. This is caught by Williams. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 4 receivers now in the formation, 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Now Murray again completes it to Power. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 14. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. He's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Throwing again, Murray. And it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Eric Ebron in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Well, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
We got this.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 81 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. And now he's going to use his legs. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
That's right, baby.
Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run on first down. It's Powell. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Catch made by Slayton. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. On second down now, it's Powell. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Play action. Now it's Murray. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 3 here in this game, and 17 now on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On second down, it's Williams. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Williams. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with the game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I'd want to know why I didn't get the football.
First down, Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. To To try again after the sack. Bridgewater. He's got a man. Complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. Bridgewater now. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He is going to find Hill here. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Let's go, fellas.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. Complete to Bryant. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Open man, it's Vernon Davis. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Bridgewater again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The free safety, Malik Hooker, there in coverage. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. To the air again with Bridgewater. It's Hill, complete. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. 3rd and goal. Now Bridgewater. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Vernon Davis with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game, as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray, open man is Kirk, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Murray now to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run. It's Williams. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. Bridgewater here to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 30 yards, as the Ravens push further out in front. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better.
Yeah. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive. With it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Coming to you. Coming to you.
Throwing here, Bridgewater. He'll got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 36 yards. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. First down, Murray. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Another try after the first down sack. Murray dumps off to Powell. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Now Murray off play action. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. As they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And he is just 1 reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not? And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget.
And now the rookie's free. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Baltimore, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.